Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, highly requested video. Good Lord. I have received a lot of messages to look into this one. And this is not usually the type of thing that I would look into on the channel, considering this has a lot of very serious allegations, and they are current, ongoing allegations that have not yet been decided on in any lawful way yet that I am aware of. So, kind of going outside of my usual territory with this one, but very highly requested. So we're going to take a look at this today and see if we can get some answers for you around the Russell Brand allegations. So, in terms of pulling up my phone here to look at the things that y'all have asked, because I've, got them written down here, you have asked basically what's going on. Is this real? Is this not? Is there an ulterior motive for this? Or is this completely, genuine? Why is this happening now? Or is that even a pertinent question here? Just a lot of big questions around this, and so we're going to take a look at this today. At the time of filming this, it is September 18th, 2023. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get this video up. Hopefully, within the next 24 hours or so. So, we're fixing to take a peek into this. Without further ado, I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos, we take a look at the tea with the tarot. Do not let that scare you off, dear ones. We have a great track record here on the channel, so I'm going to go ahead and bring the cards up over here and move this microphone right here. Yes, Penelope, pinks. Matching my little pinks here. I'm going to get shuffled up for this. And just as these things that have been said about Russell Brand are allegations, everything I'm fixing to say, all alleged, just my interpretation, okay? So this is just a girl reading cards, all alleged, just my interpretation. Got a good track record here on the channel, so we're just gonna move forward with this, and I'm gonna try, as always, as I always do, like usually this is how I do things, I'm gonna try to stay as neutral as possible and as respectful as possible to all parties involved. That's how I like to keep it on this channel. I try to keep it as neutral as possible, and I try to keep it as respectful as possible. Please be reminded that I am filming this in real time, so I might say something that comes off ignorant or insensitive or, not PC or in some other way easy for people to find fault in and attack. And all I ask is that you give me grace on that. Anybody trying to talk about a very sensitive topic in real time without really getting to think through and particularly edit their thoughts, and they're just kind of going off the cuff, people can say some things that could otherwise offend people. So I apologize in advance if I do anything or say anything that offends people. I'm trying my best here. Just a girl reading cards, going off of a highly requested sensitive topic here. So let's go ahead and dive right on into this. We're all shuffled up here. So I'm just gonna do a blanket way to open this and just ask our spirit guides and light beings that are assisting us now in this reading to let me know where they want to start, what we're allowed to know, what is okay for us to know, because again, I don't make a habit of reaching in where I'm not supposed to go. I will take what I'm allowed to know from a public figure and things that have gone public. but I'm not going to sit here and dig past where I'm allowed to dig. So let's see the kind of excavation level that they're allowing us to go through here. All right, well, we've already got Russell Brand. So there we go with that. Okay, yeah, well, that's obvious, in terms of where we are. Again, I'm trying not to be like laughing at something that's serious, but this is just how I am. This is how I process things as I encounter them. I'm not going to get any context just yet. Let's just go ahead and dive right in with where we're looking. I'm getting the Emperor card upright here for Russell Brand. They're putting him in the upright position because they're not wanting to shit talk him basically on this. So in that respect, it's like the guides are not saying anything too terrible about him or trying to cast him into horrible of a light. That being said, I'm getting a 5 of Pentacles card here and the Tower card upright. Let me preface all of this to say, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this thing, okay? So people prefer it usually if I read somewhat blind, somewhat cold, to where, I don't know a lot of the details, so it's not influencing me what I know. So I'm just letting you know, if I'm saying anything here that you're like, we already know that, then you've watched more than I have or read more than I have, and that's a good thing. Okay? So from what I'm seeing here, 5 of Pentacles, I mean, we're calling it like it is. This is Pentacles. It's a financial card. There's some kind of a money thing involved in this. The Tower card, I said that's obvious because what I do know is there's serious allegations against him about SA, and RAPE and things like that. And when you get the Tower card, that means things are exploding. The tower is crumbling down. This is upright tower, which means it's happening in his external world. Things externally are going to be happening to him. His strength card is reversed, which means he is not in strong standing in this. His Queen of Cups is in reverse, which means he is freaking the hell out internally. And the 4 of Swords is upright, which is where he's feeling like, I don't know how much I can do or say about this. Like, I feel like I want to, express how I think or feel about these allegations, but I feel very limited into how far I can go with that. So this seems to be very, very tricky territory where they're not crap talking him. There's some kind of a money thing that we're going to have to take a peek at here. And he feels completely crippled by the situation in some kind of way. So I'm going to dig more into what we already have here with some extra context. And as I'm going to continue to say throughout this is all alleged, just my interpretation, just a girl reading cards, okay? We're putting that out there. So, all right, cicadas, speak your truth. I don't know if y'all can hear that from here, but I live in the South. I'm sure you can tell. And the cicadas have something to say outside. So I want to get more first. We're going to, go in order here because there's kind of a lot to tackle. So I want to go in first and figure out what's this money situation or financial situation or whatever like that. Ooh, okay. Queen of Swords, 2 of Swords. So swords often are legal. So we're already getting 2 legal types of cards. Whoever this Queen of Swords is also coming in the upright position. So if there is a female figure here that is quote unquote going after him legally, which, there's allegations, I'm sure, regarding SA, I'm sure there's at least one female figure here going after him legally. She's in the upright position too. So notice the spirit guides are not crap talking her either. Okay, notice they're not crap talking her either. All right, she's in the upright position as well, but she's got the 2 of Swords here, which means she has to choose. This is a choosing. There's some kind of a thing that she had to choose, and there's that that, again, this is all going on the financial thing. Something about trying to find some silver linings, trying to get back up on the horse again, and having something starting new. So there's a couple of things that this feels like it's telling me. One, this feels like it's telling me that, and I don't know how many people are making these allegations. I'm just talking about this one person right now because there's one Queen of Swords that's coming up right here, okay? There's one Queen of Swords coming up right here that looks like she could get some money out of this. Not saying that's her only incentive for this, okay? They put her in the upright position. She may have multiple reasons of why she's doing this, including it could show that she's completely genuine, telling the truth, and that is a huge motivator for her. So I'm not discounting that yet. But what I am saying here is that Queen of Swords person, she could be benefiting financially from this, or like in the future, not right now. She could in the future benefit financially from this. Again, that may not be her main motivator. That may not be an incentive in her mind whatsoever, but they're pointing out that she could benefit financially from this. That's one thing. The other thing here that they've put down is that she wanted some silver linings in terms of getting back up on her horse again and starting anew. So there is another side of her, another aspect of her, irrespective of the financial component, that's like, I want to feel like I'm back in charge, back up on my horse again. I want to feel like I get the chance to start over. And so whoever this person is someone who feels like she's been living under a dark cloud of this for a while, and she wants to get back up on her high horse. She wants to feel like she's on top again. She wants to feel like she can start a new life and not have this dark cloud follow her into it. So there is some sort of release she's hoping to feel and get from this. So I'm seeing some financial incentives here. Again, they're not showing her as bad for that, but I do see that being on the table. It's some financial incentive here, okay? Just calling it like I see it, just being honest. But also that she wants to be able to free herself, release herself from this dark cloud that she feels like she's been under. Now, any extra stuff that we can know on that person before we continue to look into some of these other aspects? Okay, yeah, the moon card in reverse is like, oh, I'm finally kind of getting this out. I'm finally getting all of this up and out, things coming up and out to light about the Knight of Cups in reverse. So Knight of Cups is our knight in shining armor, and so she must have thought of him as her knight in shining armor. For this to come up in reverse means that she felt like she did not have a knight in shining armor in this, and they're allowing it to come up in reverse, which means even the spirit guides are saying, yes, in this case, he was not being a knight in shining armor. Like, so even if they don't want to crap talk him now as he's sitting here, they're saying, yeah, he was not this, good Prince Charming at that time. He was not. And so even the guides are being critical of him and how he was at that time. So I'm getting a weird mix of things. I know people hate this. I will go ahead and say this. People hate this on my channel where they come in all gung-ho on one person's side, and if I say anything against that, they rip me a new one. Or they come all gung-ho on another person's side, and if I say anything against that, they want to rip me a new one. And a lot of times I see the truth as being something kind of in the middle in some kind of a way, and people don't like that. It's uncomfortable for it to not cleanly fit into one box or the other. But I'm already seeing them say that there are some things that that Queen of Swords, again, there may be multiple people making accusations, I don't know, but they're pointing out that one person that there could be multiple things that she could gain from this, some of which seem to be very genuine emotional things that are very valid, some of which seem to be somehow financially motivated, which is maybe not something that's quite as socially acceptable. However, they're saying, they're not crap talking Russell Brand either here, but they are saying, yeah, he was not this Prince Charming guy back at whenever this happened. Don't know if it happened, a few years ago, a long time ago, not sure. But he was not, they're not painting him in the best light there. So putting that out there as well. Let's keep this moving. The Tower card, in terms of the Tower falling down, I want to say that it's obvious that he's having a Tower moment. I want to say that's obvious. However, sometimes they sneak some nuggets into our Captain Obvious moments and give us a little something extra. So I'm going to pull some more on the Tower card and see what else, if anything, they can kind of give us on that bit. Okay. So in terms of his Tower moment and things falling around, again, he feels like he cannot communicate well enough what he thinks went down or what he feels like happened. He's trying to do damage control. So in some kind of a way, he is trying to do damage control. And I guess people in that position, if bad accusations are made against you, you try to do damage control, whether you're in the right or in the wrong. People do that. So I do see that happening. Justice card upright. So he legally is trying to enlist his own help as well. Again, I imagine that makes sense for someone to have these things come against you. You feel like you've got to armor up as well. So it seems like he is armoring up as well. And the Justice card is upright, which to me here, as we're reading on him, looks like there's gonna be some hard things to prove in this. Now, again, since I haven't read through or listened through of what all, I don't know if it's one person coming with allegations. I don't know if it's several people. I don't know if it's one instance or it's years and years of instances. But whatever it is, there's something lacking in terms of them in a legal threshold, legal standard, being able to go all the way through with everything they want. So let's say, I'm just throwing stuff out here, just pretending. Let's say there was one person and 6 things that they're alleging. Then they might get something out of 2 of the 6 and not the other 4. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing that out of all the things that gets thrown to him, if somebody had a pot of spaghetti noodles and they threw them all at the wall, which ones would actually stick to the wall? Very few, the rest would fall down. And that's what it's looking like here. It looks like very few things could stick, the rest would fall. That does mean some few things could stick. So for people who think that there's nothing here, absolutely nothing could stick, I'm not seeing that necessarily to be the case. Apparently there's something, at least one thing that could stick. At least one thing that could stick. So this isn't the woman who cried wolf, boy who cried wolf type of thing. There's at least one thing that could stick here. And maybe more. But it does look like the majority of things aren't going to be able to stick legally quite in the ways that some of these folks have been hoping. So I see that here. Let's see. Let's go further. Let's pull these up, reshuffle, because I got a lot of cards here. So I'm going to reshuffle these back into the deck so that we can have a full deck here. And we're going to take a look at some more angles of this. And as I pull these up and reshuffle, as always, like to remind folks that we have the Perk Squad for anybody that wants to be a member of the Perk Squad. Usually there's extra stuff on that channel. So weekly forecast, extended videos. Might end up with an extended video today where if this goes on kind of longer or starts to get into some things that I don't know if I'm allowed to say on the main part of the channel, then we might do an extended part of this video on the Perk Squad, just to get a little bit of extra information that we're kind of allowed to say over there, where it's not a monetized video kind of thing, because YouTube likes to take things away. Matter of fact, this one, who knows, you might be seeing this on the Perk Squad, because I don't even know if this is going to be allowed up, truthfully. I don't know. This is, like I said, sensitive stuff, controversial stuff. It's hard to say. But anywho, the blue join button below or the link in the description box can take you to the Perk Squad. And one of the perks of the Perk Squad is that we do video shout outs. So video shout out to you. Didn't read, LOL. Shout out to you. I love the name. Didn't read, LOL. So shout out to you and thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. Happy to have you here. Oh man, creative. So let's see, what else can we know? What are some of the other questions that I feel like we haven't answered yet? Let me take a peek at what you have written. Some of the other questions that we do not have an answer for yet. Okay, so basically, we kind of looked at that there's some stuff that he may have done in the wrong, and then there's some stuff that they may be, one person, multiple people, don't know, may be, having not the purest of intentions around, so we've got a little bit of a mixed bag with that. The other question I have down here that people were asking is, why is this coming out now? Which makes me feel like this may have happened, like a couple of years ago or more than a couple of years ago or something, for people to think, why is this happening now? And so let's take a peek to see if there's any poignant reasons into why now with this. Any poignant reasons into why now? So let's take a peek with that. Ooh. Very interesting. Alright. Like always, I say what I see. I don't squeeze things out of the cards that I'm not allowed to squeeze out of the cards, but I say what I see. So again, I'm saying things here, and I'm just hoping, that the video gets to stay up. But they're putting, again, Russell Brand in this upright position as our first card, but he's as a King of Wands here. So twice they've put him in as a very fiery energy. Does he have a lot of fire in his natal chart? It makes me wonder. But they're putting him as a very fiery energy here and as a King of Wands. And before they had him as an Emperor card. So that's somebody who's doing very well by themselves. And so part of doing it now is because he's doing well. And that could be part of that financial thing that came up earlier. Him doing well. Another thing is because of this Three of Cups in reverse, and again that decision card card came up a while ago for that Queen of Swords, and this Three of Cups in reverse is usually when there's like a collaborative of people, a pack of people that are kind of all in this difficult headspace or negative headspace, or kind of trying to band together. And so this could mean that somehow multiple different alleged victims got together and had this kind of consensus of, we've got to do something. Or this could be perhaps worse than that. I'm going to pull some context cards just to see which realm we're floating in, or God forbid if it's both that I'm thinking of here at the moment. So let's pull a little bit more context on these here. Okay. There's something here that's kind of confusing me. So these two cards would make sense for, hey, we all have something in common, and it's that we all feel like we were mistreated by Russell Brand, and so we all feel that we haven't been in our strongest spots, and we all want to get back up on our horse and feel more confident again. And so there is that. But what keeps confusing me or like weirding me out a bit is we had that decision card that came up earlier, came up again. And then we have this Fool card, which is kind of like, yes, take the leap, jump for it, which feels like there's some sort of a third party broker here. And that, I say what I see. It doesn't feel like these people just all randomly, found each other in an online, Women Against Russell Brand support group. They just happened to find each other all randomly online or something. It doesn't look like they all bumped into each other at the grocery store one day by some wild coincidence. It looks like they've convened at a certain time all together. And so this is making me feel like there's more than one person. Because someone approached them to be like, hey, you've got a decision to make, take the leap. What is that? That makes me uncomfortable. I knew it. I knew that this reading was feeling, quote unquote, too easy for a minute there. I mean, I'm not trying to, like it was too smooth for a second there. Like things were making too much sense, I guess, or something. There's always like something else. It's just, you know what I mean? Y'all have to be seeing what I'm seeing here, or like understanding what I'm seeing here, or what I'm getting at. Why was there someone or some entity to be like, look here, make this decision and just go for it. Come on, go for it. Like, who's the wingman? Who's the cheerleader? Who's the hype man? I'm just going to make unsettled cow noises. As I don't know what to do with this. Okay. Should we pull more on it? I'm just gonna ever so slightly, just because I don't want to step in a pile of burning dog shit. I really don't. I'm just gonna pull 2 on that to see what else can we know. Oh gosh, we've got the legal card again, justice card. And we've got this reversed 4 of Wands, which is usually like a marriage and family card, a collective, a group that's cohesive together in some kind of a way. There's something else here. So from what I'm seeing so far, I don't doubt the man was in the wrong in some ways. It came up our reversed Knight of Cups. At the same and I don't doubt that the woman or women that are saying some things, that they have had to carry a heavy burden under a dark cloud for some time. But there's something else also in the mix. There is an also. It's a yes and ... And that's what is making me feel weird here. So apart from this, we had this down here. It's a Queen of Wands in reverse, High Priestess and Sun card upright. So in some of the reasons. Remember, the first one came up as him as a King of Wands in the upright position of he's doing right by himself, he's doing well by himself, he's doing great by himself right now, or some kind of a way. He must be, living the life, having the money that he wants and the notoriety that he wants and whatever he does over there in his corner. I think he has like a talk show or something like that, or an internet show or something to that effect. And so he seems to be, doing well for himself. When we've got the Queen of Wands in reverse right under it as part of the problem, it feels kind of like, yes, and it bothers me that you're doing so well. Now, that could sound petty to people, like, oh, it just bothers you that somebody's doing well. It shouldn't bother you. Is this camera skipping to you? Did y'all see that? Was there like flickering and weird shit in the camera to you there? I swear I was seeing something just now. I swear that was not just me. There looked like there was some glitchy shit going on in that camera right there, and that has literally not once ever happened before that I can recall on this channel. So, interesting. Carrying on. Light beings, protection, please. Thank you. Some people will consider it petty for someone to be like, yeah, and it bothers me that he's doing so well by himself. But if you have ever been genuinely victimized in some way by someone, especially in some way that you felt was SA or things of that nature, it does feel like it's a slap in the face when you feel like now I am carrying a load, carrying a burden that I can't get out from under, and you get to be going on just fine and dandy and everything's, going well with you. So you did something that hurt me, that made me stay stuck, and you didn't get hurt and you're flourishing, and that's not fair. And I understand that perspective. Sure, people can say that's petty. Sure, people can say, well, that is your responsibility and problem to deal with. Now get as much healing as you need so that you can be freed of that. You need to do that. And all those things are valid. And it is also valid that they might feel that way. So I do see that there. Particularly, maybe I'm wrong. I might should have looked this up first. I was thinking that, like, again, I think he has like some kind of a talk show or something like that he does over there, and I'm not entirely sure what all he talks about, but I do recall seeing some sort of videos, and I don't know if he still does this or not, but like in the past handful of years, I saw some videos that seemed very like spiritual or health or things like that. And so if somebody is coming off as like, I'm very spiritual or healthy or, something maybe that's like enlightened some kind of way or whatever, that might be like, oh really, you, when you did, so I could see that there's a lot of wild stuff here. I mean, we do have a black cat here. Black cat's for mystery. Black cat is for protection, for people who feel like they need protecting, and it's also sometimes can be a little bit of darkness. So this is an interesting dynamic here, and it's interesting that they literally King of Wands with Queen of Wands mirrored, like as if it's on a lake, like as if this is the mirror image on a body of water or something. There's something very strange going on energetically with this. It feels, it does kind of feel karmic. It's weird to say that. I know a lot of people don't like it when I say things like that. I'll let it just my interpretation, but there is some kind of a like karmic vibe with that type of reflection. Kind of like, yes, you do keep coming up in the upright position, Russell Brand, in which case the spirit guides are not wanting to trash talk you. They are not wanting to say that you're a shitty person. At the same time, even if you're a great person now, if you did do some shitty things in your past, you don't just get to say, but I'm a better person now. I'm not that person anymore. That's not me anymore. So let's ignore it. It's not fair to let the person who's grown today have to pay for the sins of the person in the past who wasn't grown. that's not necessarily how this works. Even if you're a great person today, you're still accountable for what you did do at an earlier date. And so there is some kind of a karmic thing here that is kind of like it feels like an accountability thing coming back. I swear I keep seeing glitches on this thing as I'm talking about some of these specific things. I cannot be making that up. I don't know. I'm weirding myself out. Every time I say I think I'm seeing it, then I look and it's not there. And then when I'm not looking, I'm like, I think I'm seeing it again. You know, this is making me feel crazy. No wonder all of this feels crazy. Heavens to Betsy's. So there's something going there. This person here, this Queen of Wands, feels like they're following their higher self, and it feels like they are going to get something. So again, there's at least one person that is going to get something out of this, because of something that does look legitimately provable in a legal way. So I don't see this being all a fake, contrived type of thing. I see that there is something karmic going on here that spiritually and energetically, psychologically does have a score to be settled. I do see that. However, in terms of the timing and why now and whatever, there's some weird shit going on up here about some kind of a weird middle party of sorts that seems to have some reason to have found these people, brought them together and decided, let's do this now. There is something weird going on with that. So for people that are like, oh, it's just D-Day, it's nothing weird. No, I do see something weird. So this is a strange mix of two things that people feel like, oh, those things, it can't both be true. It's one or the other. Dude, I'm seeing a mix of shit, all right? I'm saying what I see. I'm seeing a mix of shit. And I feel like there's more to look into on this. I am going to do a Perk Squad extended video because I feel like we're getting some weird territory where I feel like there's some kind of weird camera interference thing going on here. Don't know what that's about. Don't know if it's just me energetically fucking with the camera. Don't know. Oh, it's the camera. It's just old. And it just randomly here now is deciding to have some issues. That's possible too. But I think I'm going to take a little bit of a look further into this on the Perk Squad. For anyone who would like a private reading from me, you can book a private reading with me at my website, BeasTalksAndTarot.com. Book a private reading. Lots of different things on my website to offer there. So, 15-minute reading, 30, 45 minutes if you'd like. Also, tarot tutoring for people who want to read the cards the way I read the cards, life coaching and energy healing for people that feel stuck and need help and cleansed and cleared and things like that. So BeasTalksAndTarot.com for all of that. Perk Squad members, I'm coming at you with an extended video because I feel like we've looked at a lot of things. We've got a great synopsis here of kind of who's at fault, what's going on, the why now, what is this, is all that kind of stuff. But I feel like there's something that's kind of like on the back end of this, behind the scenes, that maybe we could dive a little bit further into, get just a teensy bit more questions answered. So if you'd like to be a member of the Perk Squad, again, blue join button below or link in the description box, and you can be a member. And there's like probably close to 100 videos over there too. So if you end up being bored of binging what I've got here, you can binge what I've got there too. So we're gonna do that. And for everyone watching this, in case this was like, I swear there's a camera thing. Did you not see that? Every time I point it out, it stops. Is this going to be on the recording? If this isn't going to be on the recording, I'm just going to sound like I'm hallucinating. It could be my computer screen. It literally could be the screen and not the recording. Don't know. But it's interesting that as I'm saying all this, it's literally the Justice card is the one card that I have up right here, is the Justice card. Something shifty's going on, I'm telling you. If you need some extra uplifting material here, Stay tuned. A B-roll is coming at you. Puppy shenanigans, silly stuff to make you smile, stuff to make you laugh, to bring a nice light and uplifting into this video. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, Perk Squad members, I'm coming at you. And for the rest of you, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, y'all. Okay. Teddy, I don't think anybody wanted that. Teddy, if you start playing rough, we're going to have to stop you because you can't accidentally hurt your brother. Alright now. Okay, we gotta, yeah, grab Teddy. Teddy, Bodhi's not allowed to play with others like that in the same way that you play. You're too rough. Bodhi has injury. Remember him C6, C7 disc?
He's chewing my fingers.
You creep. I see you. I see you, Squeak. I see you. I see you, Squeak. Look at you. I see you. Hey, baby.
He's laughing.